So often the 2-year period between an initial device launch and its proposed follow-up brings with it a whole host of changes and improvements. The original Nest Hub, formerly the Home Hub, has now been superseded by the Nest Hub 2nd Gen, and it does raise questions as to which is right for you, which we're going to discuss in today's video. Thanks for watching 9to5 Google here on YouTube. Remember to thumbs up, hit subscribe, and then tap the bell icon to be among the first to watch our upcoming videos. So the diminutive Home Hub or Nest Hub smart display has proven to be one of the most useful smart home products from Google in recent years. It's a great companion in a multitude of rooms in your home, no matter where you want the small speaker to live. It probably doesn't help that at first glance, the Nest Hub and the Nest Hub 2nd Gen look almost identical. There's a little more to it when you take a closer look, but there's even a few under the hood tweaks that might have you leaning towards a new model rather than the original. So let's discuss just what you're potentially missing out on, also put it another way, what you'll gain if you do pick a new one up. So as many of you probably already know, the Google Nest Hub is basically a low-ish resolution display fixed at an angle atop a fabric covered speaker that acts as a base. The design formula is exactly the same for the original Nest Hub and the 2nd Gen. However, there are a few quality of life improvements that make sense if you've ever used the original. You can pick up the Nest Hub 2nd Gen in the exact same colours as before, including chalk, charcoal, mist and sand. That means if you do want to add a new model or replace the original in a room in your home, you can just swap it out without any effect on your home decor style. It's important to note as well that the full range of colours is available outside of the US for the first time on this 2nd Gen device. Round back, the mute switch has changed a little bit. It's more rounded and protrudes a little further, making it easier to access. This does make it easier to toggle on or off without needing to shift the Nest Hub 2nd Gen around. The volume rocker remains in the same position too, and it just allows you to quickly control audio levels on the left side. Google also claims almost 50% greater bass response on the new Nest Hub compared to the original, while there is a third microphone for voice control detection and thread radio. However, this is not live upon launch. The biggest new hardware addition is that of the Soli radar chip, which is located in the upper right corner of the display bezel, but you can't actually see that. This enables some new control methods and sleep tracking, which is likely the biggest selling point of the new smart display. Somewhat unfortunately, the new Nest Hub 2nd Gen doesn't actually improve upon the 7-inch display resolution. It's still below 720p at 1024 by 600 pixels, but unlike a tablet or smartphone, the distances that you view this display from mean that it should be crisp enough for viewing most things, including high definition video. The fixed display angle remains the same, which is great for visibility and placement on a multitude of surfaces in or around your home or office. Maximum brightness hasn't changed either, with the ambient EQ working wonders on both displays. One of the most notable changes though is the removal of a lip or protruding outer bezel on the Nest Hub 2nd Gen from the 1st generation. This is a bonus twofold as it makes swipes from the edges a little bit easier, plus it has the added bonus of not collecting dust, dirt and grime within the tiny gap. These are minor changes but great long-term quality of life improvements to a piece of tech that seamlessly blends into your home without a second thought. Tracking and control methods are where the biggest differences can be found though between the original Nest Hub and the 2nd Gen model. While the Soli radar chip may never return on a Pixel phone, Google has slapped the radar tech into the new Nest thermostat and now the new Nest Hub. Voice controls are still a key component of the Assistant powered smart displays, but the newer model includes some hand waving abilities. You can air tap to pause and play music, but unfortunately you can't actually wave your hand from left to right to control music or the interface. We do hope that this arrived in a future update, but for now you're limited to pausing and playing music. It works well and is actually pretty darn accurate. A bigger new inclusion that utilises the Soli radar chip is that of sleep tracking. When placed in your bedroom, you can have your sleeping patterns and routines analysed without needing to wear a Fitbit or comparable fitness tracker. By using the radar tech, the Nest Hub 2nd Gen can detect specific sleep disturbances like coughing and snoring. It can also detect light and temperature changes in your bedroom and analyses just what is affecting your sleep patterns. You can get daily updates on your Nest Hub home screen, but all of your sleep data is tracked and visible within the Google Fit app for easy access. It rates your sleep and is even able to determine the quality of each cycle too. Unfortunately, the original Nest Hub only offers touch and voice controls, but save the air gestures and sleep tracking, the general experience is almost identical. Luckily, all of your common home controls and voice-powered commands remain the same on both devices with no differences in general day-to-day usage. It's worth noting that performance is still not what we'd call stellar, but it is worth noting that the Nest Hub and the Nest Hub 2nd Gen are intended to be passive devices. That means sporadic controls and low-powered home hubs for most of your smart home tech. So you're probably thinking, should I upgrade or which should I pick? Well, if you already have the original Nest Hub, unless you really want touchless controls and sleep tracking, we think you should stick with what you have. The upgrades are fairly minimal, but if you want to add sleep tracking to your arsenal or the arsenal of your favourite smart home hub, then the Nest Hub 2nd Gen is definitely going to be a prime candidate. Factor in the fairly small $10 price increase over the original and the aforementioned quality of life improvements, and it's pretty much a steal if you do want something like this in your house. If you don't care for hands-free controls or sleep tracking though, then you might get a solid deal on the older model. That said, let us know down in the comments section below if you are thinking about grabbing the new Nest Hub over the original, or if you are going to pick up the original over the new Nest Hub. But with all of that said, this is Damien with 9to5 Google saying thanks for watching, and until next time, I'll speak to you later.